it's time for us to watch a comprehensive and a very reasonable video with opinions that make sense until it doesn't, to the point that we think, is this guy rage baiting? A boy do reviews got, what the fuck? Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 6 destroyed me. And listen, titles like this, I do it too. Everybody does it. You see the video right over here too, right? Solo Leveling just broke the internet. Ah, man, it's just like, this destroyed me. This ended me. I can't believe it's just YouTube metagaming, man. It's just the way that YouTube does it.
Wow, what on earth was that? Warning, heavy spoilers for Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 6, you have been warned. I hate how the episode ends with a cliffhanger. Stop doing this to me.
Bro, what do you want though? What? There is nothing that an anime can do that this guy won't be upset at the end. How is last episode a cliffhanger? We ended with, Min-sang showing up with like a debut of his, new stuff. Like, that's not even a cliffhanger. He's baiting. He is baiting.
Me A1 pictures. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. My gosh, it's so annoying when that happens. I hate it so much.
Yeah, you hate it so much, and then people will type shit like this. To be fair, the cliffhanger isn't bad last week, right? People are just literally, and then it's just, engagement farm. We are master baiting right now.
I know it's a rant, but can they try and end it in a way that isn't too cliffhangery? There must be a way, because damn, that episode...
What ending was cliffhangery though? Tell me though. How was it cliffhanger last episode? If you're gonna rage bait, at least try a little bit genuinely. Like, how? How was last episode ending cliffhanger?
Was so good, but that hateful cliffhanger. And do you know what I hated most of all? Crunchyroll crashing halfway into Jinwoo and Carligan's fight.
Imagine still watching anime through Crunchyroll. Get out of there. Get out of there. Crunchyroll is ass. Service issue. They do not deserve your money. They offer shitty services. They fuck up your subs. They change the subs to fit their woke agenda. They take away the comment section. They take away anime selections, bro. Fuck Crunchyroll.
Why did it freeze up? I had to restart my PC again and again. Oh my gosh, it comes.
To be fair though, the pirate platforms also, right? They crashed, right? The server load was unreal. So many people just all trying to watch this episode, right? This is not a Crunchyroll specific issue.
Completely broke my immersion. I know the episode is hype and a lot of people are watching it at the same time, but damn, it was annoying when it froze up. But I'm not surprised. Looking at the 46,000 likes on Crunchyroll in just under 2 hours is absolutely insane. Woo! The episode begins with the S-class ranker Chai Hai-in, the dancer, quite startled over the fact that Jinwoo and E-ranker would take on an A-ranker dungeon. Once again, people underestimate our goated boy Jinwoo. I do like this interaction with the dancer. And
this interaction adds way more characterizations to Heian to show that she's kind of clumsy and awkward. Like, I thought that she would be this mysterious, cool, person, but she kind of dorky. The whole interaction here with the pickaxe, that was pretty funny.
And this one construction worker. Surprisingly, there was quite a bit of humor in this. She rejecting the axe at first and then going back and grabbing it because she has no weapons. We then cut inside the dungeon and all the high orcs. I noticed that most of the high orcs in the background are CGI. It's not a
and it looks good. The CG blends with the rest of the art so well. Is not daunting, does not ruin my immersion. It's not like a whiplash of immersion, such as Failure Frame. You want to see shitty CG, unironic shitty CG, not like Kamikatsu where they're trying to lean into the ridiculous CG. But look at Failure Frame. It is like every time, oh god, what the fuck is that?
Problem. It's just the first time I've ever seen Solo Leveling use CGI before. I love how the camera pans back.
This isn't the first time they actually use CGI though, right? The CGI is so good, the way that A1 Pictures and their, team works on it. I'm pretty sure there's been plenty of different scenes where CG was involved. You just can't tell because it's so well blended in with the rest.
Back behind Jinwoo and the shadow just grows behind him, being a literal foreshadowing into Jinwoo unleashing his power and fury onto Carligan later on. Next.
It's just so funny for me to think that the boys, the shadows, right? They're all just chilling here. Iron's like, come on, boss. Let us out, boss. We hunger. Let us out.
Onto Cowligan later on. Next up, we cut back after the opening into the dungeon, and I was right in my theories. Those 4 high orcs are some sort of subordinates of the main orc leader, Cowligan.
That's right.
Cowligan's absolutely terrifying voice strikes through the hearts of all of Captain Kihon teammates. I was indeed quite surprised that the Harry Potter looking girl showed fear, as it
Me too, a little bit. I thought that of everyone, she may be able to compose herself because she seemed, you know, a little bit better than the rest last episode in the way that she was able to recognize Jinwoo's use of stealth, right? No one else really was able to, but yeah, this shit was just terrifying.
In the previous episode, it did seem like she kept a cool, calm composure. I do like that, showing us how human these people are. Even our boy Captain Kihon couldn't hide his fear. And mate, I don't blame him. As Cowligan announces that he is going to destroy all the humans on Captain Kihon's team for one reason only, for pure enjoyment for his soldiers.
Content.
Absolutely despicable Cowligan is. I was expecting more of a reason, but no. A true monster through and through. And
I just think it's kind of funny. He just wanted content for the boys. He's like, why'd you bring us here? Why you doing all this? I don't know. We're bored, bro. Like, we don't got anything to do. Think about this. Imagine being these orcs. What are they gonna do, bro, inside? You think they got TVs? You think they have internet? You think they got PlayStations, bro? They just sit here and wait. So when, you know, hunters come in, it's like, oh my god, finally! Oh, thank God, someone's finally here to play with us. And they put on a whole show, bro. Makes sense to me.
This actually angers Captain Kihon, and I do like how he is able to regain his resolve to fight. I do like how Cowligan actually acknowledges Jinwoo immediately, showing us that this guy cannot hide his aura in front of these monsters, but it does seem like these high orcs also have the voice inside their heads, just like the Ice Elves in season.
That's right, because every monster has that voice. They're programmed to kill humans, but Jinwoo is different.
Into episode 2, Captain Kihon charges, but notices that none of his teammates back him up in this. At first, I was quite disappointed in them.
The art style is so good here. The extra shadow shading, the pure terror, these teeth, right? Every one of them had a frame that just shows pure desperation and terror. And again, it's so reasonable. I think this is so realistic. Kihon, massive respect for him to just charge in, despite his team all being too stunned to move.
As in the previous episodes, they were going all out, but now that they are facing the high orc leader, they can sense that this dude is the big deal.
Yeah,
so it's
that.
quite understandable that this team that was once brave and strong now cower in fear over the evil Cowligan. And I have to praise Captain Kihon for being the only one to charge towards Cowligan.
He would have lost too much aura if he backed down. Imagine that's what he's thinking, like, oh shit, I try to go in first and no one's following me and I probably should back down right now, but it's gonna make me look like such a loser because I already started charging in, so I have to hard commit. I'm gonna die for aura right now.
But sadly, despite the amazing animation sequence of him charging towards Cowligan, I felt bad for the captain. He couldn't even land a single blow on Cowligan. Cowligan uses anti-gravity and Wingardium Leviosa's Captain Kihon into the air and falls harder than the Walking Dead ratings.
Walking Dead just getting fucking straight bullets out of nowhere. Let's see. Let's look at these ratings, bro. We got episodes season 1 to season 11 right here, right? If you look, I mean, episodes 6, 13, 16. I don't know why 16 these specific episodes are mentioned, but I guess those are like priority episodes. So it used to be like 5 mil, 7, 10, 16, 17, and then something started to fall off here. What the fuck happened between seasons 9 to 11? You guys see that? 9 to 11, something really bad happens, right? Because they're like ramping up. Seasons like 4, right? Seasons 4 to like 7 is the peak of The Walking Dead, I guess, right? Then as soon as season 7 is done, you see a sharp decline. Interesting.
Ratings. I mean, that slam to the ground. Dude, that looked...
Maybe like one of their favorite characters died there. Maybe the story, maybe, I don't know. Something about the plot just got fucked. But yeah, the way that Kihon got ragdolled, not even ragdolled, he just got like elevated up and down and up and down.
I mean, that slam to the ground, dude, that looked so painful. I felt so bad for Captain Kihon, but at the same time, quite proud for the guy. And before the evil Cowligan ends his life, Song Jinwoo the GOAT comes in to save the day. Jinwoo in the past has always been pretty damn excellent when it comes to being a Chad, but in this episode in particular, dude was showing off. Not
I loved how he showed up, saved him, didn't even look behind, used his ruler hand to shut one of the orcs down, then asked, "Hey bro, I know your party, I know your guild pay for this, but do you want me to step in? Just say the word, bro."
Only is he making sure that Captain Keenhan is safe, but he is also taking out any of the high orcs that are about to attack him. I truly feel like this frame was very misleading. I thought when this frame was released on Tuesday, Sung Jin Woo was going to turn Captain Keenhan into one of his Shadow Warriors, but
I think that's a very fair theory to have though, right? For him to die and then for us to arise, like I could have definitely seen that, but nope, nobody died here from our side.
But instead, he's just making sure that he's okay and he's getting permission to take out the magical beasts. I love how slick Sung Jin Woo is as he walks and summons all of his Shadow Warriors.
Yeah, the coolest shit was like the walking trail, right? Like as he walked, you see his shadows, like the flickering of this kind of strand of shadows, right? It was so cool.
For Shadow Warriors. I do love how this is the first time, to my knowledge, that both Igris and Iron are fighting side by side with Sung Jin Woo. We cut from the dungeon to the...
Is that true? I feel like in the Demon Castle, wasn't Iron and Igris kind of already there? Maybe side by side means something a little bit different rather than them all fighting the same arena. Anyways, this scene was so hype. We got Tank in the background too. Dude, Tank got such a cool scene as well. Tank, when he was what's it called? Yeah, maybe he's rage baiting, I don't know. Dude, there's that one sequence where it says Iron flashlight, it's a highlight reel, into Igris highlight reel, into Tank impact frames. And I feel like the Tank impact frames might have been even better than like Iron or Igris. I don't know. I feel like Iron got a really cool sequence of just like immediately cleaving his enemies in half, right? Cool way to start it off. Then Igris had just like a montage of crazy shit he was doing over and over again. That was pretty lengthy, right? It was like a long sequence of really hype shit. And then Tank got like 3 seconds of highlight, but the impact frames during Tank's moment was like so fucking raw. It was, oh my god.
Igris and Iron are fighting side by side with Sung Jin Woo. We cut from the dungeon to the surveillance team, and you had that one annoying character ranting on and on.
This guy's voice acting though was so peak. He just kept yapping. It was not one line. He kept yapping in the background scene too. This is a pretty good side character voice actor, and I honestly don't even blame him for being terrified because Jinwoo gave him that like Shadow Monarch, stare.
About Sung Jin Woo being scary. My gosh, this guy is so unlikable that even A1 Pictures drew him like this. I do love how when we cut back to the dungeon, the dancer's main priority is to make sure that Captain Keenhan's team are all safe and well. While I do appreciate her concern for her fellow workmates, I can't help but laugh at the fact that she has no idea that Sung Jin Woo has everything sorted out. We cut back to Sung Jin Woo and we finally get an explanation as to why Igris and Iron were both purple in those preview trailers.
That's right, some sort of like Monarch's domain. AoE buff to our shadows.
I thought Harry Potter looking girl had something to do with this, but it appears to be a new exclusive skill that Sung Jin Woo obtained after hitting level 70 in the Demon.
I love the color. Something about the upgrade from blue to purple just seems like natural progression. You know, like in video games, right? Different coloring implies different tiering of maybe gear or different stuff. Like the blue to purple, I think is such a good way to show progression, and like this is like the powerful version.
Demon Castle. I do love how cinematic it looks. The blue ring turning purple, transforming all of his soldiers into purple knights. To be honest, I think the purple suits them. It never gets boring seeing other people react to Sung Jin Woo's powers. The battle commences, and I love
like the significance they made about how, oh my god, summons are such rare things to the point that A rank mage could summon 2 soldiers, one in the webtoon, but even 2 soldiers is such like a rare feat, and you see Jinwoo just have an entire army and continues to grow.
How Iron is the first one to attack, spinning his spear like a Beyblade and just destroying the orcs. I do love how we see how different Iron and Igris' fighting styles are. Iron's attack style is more destructive and brutal, while Igris' style is a lot more elegant and graceful, yet
it is, right? Iron is like that barbarian like warrior, like a destroyer. If you play Lost Ark, he kind of fits that destroyer subclass off the warrior chain, while Igris is kind of more like sword master. I mean, he's literally using a sword.
Also quite fast and deadly. And then you have Sung Jin-woo just going crazy on the High Orcs. I had to replay that scene because that entire sequence happened so quick. But despite Jin-woo's awesome display of power, Callaghan is way too prideful to admit Jin-woo's skill and still looks down on him, which is quite annoying considering what he was able to do. Another awesome moment for
I kind of respect Callaghan. His name is not Callaghan, but I'm gonna call it Callaghan because it's way easier to pronounce it like that. I kind of respect how Callaghan kept, coping and, just doubling down that, hey, you're trash. No, you're trash. I'm better. Oh, shit, I'm getting whopped right now. Okay, you're still trash. And then later on, yeah, we should call him Tusk too, right? We should just straight up just call him Tusk. The way that he was being very stubborn and, stood on business till the very bitter end, to the point where even his own orc, minion commanders dudes got a rise on and killed him. Like, I respect that he did not falter to the bitter end. He could have started shitting his pants and crying, but that would have lost aura. He committed to the act to the bitter end. I appreciate that.
Jin-woo is when Callaghan activates Song of Fire and a huge fire blast attacks Song Jin-woo, and then he deflects it like it was nothing. I love how Callaghan is only starting to realize how much of a threat Song Jin-woo is when he brings back all the Red Orc soldiers that died. Iron and Igris are going all out. This whole sequence is beautifully animated. It's all one shot with 0 cuts. The slow motion with Igris was spectacular, and I love how towards the end of this sequence we have one of the bear warrior shadows coming from behind and
Yes, this scene, not just a random bear warrior. This is the bear boss with the fro. And this, I don't even know what to call it. An impact frame? I don't know, but this shit, the way that it really like you see how the art style changes, right? It looks way more raw. You see the white, the red, like everything about this, right? Leading up to it, it was different than these specific moments with Tank Bro. Holy, this is so good.
Behind and destroying the Red Orc. That tag team work was outstanding. I love the sequence of these 3 Shadow Warriors standing behind.
True, they used the Eye of Avarice right here, right? I thought that they were just random mages, but honestly, everybody got their own moment to shine, and this broke Tusk's mask.
Behind Jin-woo, unleashing a fireball attack, shattering the blue shield, and it appears that this was the final straw for Callaghan. The dude ain't happy one bit. I was not expecting his final form to look the way it did. I do love how this shot, Jin-woo does not seem phased one bit, even.
That's right, because it's a callback to the first arc where we fought that laughing Titan-looking statue.
Though the perspective indicates that Callaghan has the higher ground. Callaghan unleashes Song of Dragonfire, and that flame animation was awfully fluid. And the final showdown between Sung Jin-woo and Callaghan looked absolutely shocking. This episode went absolutely balls to the wall. Jin-woo was both graceful yet also incredibly deadly in his attacks. Dude, these sequences are sick!
Jin-woo might as well be the one to be called the dancer, man, because he is dancing.
I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, in my opinion. There's a sequence when Jin-woo throws a long chain towards Callaghan, but Callaghan grabs it, and then it seems like Callaghan—
oh, this is some Attack on Titan shit, bro, like scaling a Titan—
has the upper hand and is swinging Jin-woo, but then Sung Jin-woo uses his unbelievable strength to wrap the chain around Callaghan, now claiming the higher ground. I just couldn't believe how many twists and turns this fight had, and
literally twists and turns. No, all pun attended right there.
Love how at the beginning of the episode, Callaghan was staring down at Jin-woo, but now Jin-woo is the one to be staring down at Callaghan. It's like what George Lucas said.
It's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
I must admit,
it was also really cool, right? How in this frame of us, looking down on him, his own commanders that has been erected from the shadow, bro, and then for them to end him too, so disrespectful.
Like what George Lucas said.
It's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
I must admit, I'll give Callaghan praise. He don't know when to quit, being in denial that he can be defeated by Jin-woo.
I'm not gonna lie, the hair is kind of cursed. I don't know why him having hair there was weird to me. It's not like the other orcs didn't have hair. They all had cool hair designs too. I just thought that he might be bald. His last stand, very Denkin-esque from Frieren. If you haven't seen Frieren, there's a character named Denkin. He's a mage. And there's like a scene where he also has a last stand like this, and it's fucking hype.
In denial that he can be defeated by Jin-woo, we then have another crazy action sequence of Callaghan fighting off Jin-woo's new soldiers. A part of me did feel bad for Callaghan having to fight off his own orc.
Yeah, and you could see like the sheer terror in his face too. He was kind of like crying. Maybe it was a spit that I misinterpreted it, but the reaction of his face as he's facing up against his own minions and Jinmu during that last stand, it was so good.
Soldiers, and actually having his life ended by one of his own orc soldiers. When Jinwoo said arise, I gave that scene a round of applause. It was so satisfying seeing Callaghan turn into one of Jinwoo's puppets and
absolutely, and give this guy the eye of avarice, man. And we also didn't need to retry multiple times. Like Barca right now, maybe if we tried now, we could definitely, you know, actually get him. But you know how there's like a 3-time rule, right? Where if you don't get him on the 3rd time, it's gone, it's over.
Jinwoo in this whole sequence was so unbelievably funny, forgetting Callaghan's.
Oh, right. Elite Knight rank 2, the first time, elite. And yeah, Jinmu just naming schemes. It's just... He sucks at remembering names, man. He just like, what are you again? I see a tooth, like a tusk. Okay, your name is Tusk.
His name, calling him Tusk. Jinwoo may as well spit on this dude's grave for calling him that. I love how he was so distracted by the entire fight that he didn't even notice Chai Hai-In and the surveillance team. And
yeah, and he tried to hide his shadows, bro. He tried to hide his army. Like how he tried to hide his dagger when Hain showed up before. As if like, oh, whoops, gotta hide them. Y'all didn't see anything.
But I do like how this team is more or less on Jinwoo's side. I really like this heartwarming scene of Captain Keen-Han and his entire team thanking Jinwoo. And honestly, this might be the first time in Solo Leveling that an entire team have all more or less made it out in one piece. A huge...
And shout out to Manager Wu and his security guards. The way that they're all wearing suits and, you know, black shades and just like acting as like bodyguards, right? Like I don't know. It made me feel like Jinwoo was like an idol, like he's a celebrity, and he's keeping off the paparazzi. And the way they kind of was like, whoa, you know, like I thought Manager Wu would like approach him, Jinwoo, and try to like, I don't know, get some information out of him. But the way that they walked and then turned around and said, "Halt! This man needs his privacy right now."
That's in one piece. A huge contrast from the previous episodes. And I like Jinwoo's heartwarming smile, showing us that even though he has taken the lives of certain people, he still has room for friendship. Chai Hai-In the dancer. Ooh,
she got ignored. She got absolutely ghosted. And she thought, oh, does he think I'm weird? He's not even thinking about you. He didn't even know you were there, I don't think, in the anime.
Went all red. It looks like love is in the air for the dancer and Sung Jin-woo. I can only imagine.
Sung Jin-woo. Yeah, this is a funny sound. Obviously, the blush implies that there is love in there, but it could also just be embarrassment, right? But why would she care about being embarrassed by that guy? Right, if she didn't care about him, she wouldn't care. Clearly, she does care, and romance is in the air.
And Sung Jin-woo. I can only imagine the TikTok edits of the dancer and Jinwoo after this episode.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
Seeing the return of Jinwoo's newly adopted brother. And then the final scene is an actor called Lee Min-sung, who seemingly may actually be confirmed as the 10th S-ranker. The title for episode 19 is...
The what? The 10th S rank? No, he's rage baiting. No. He's rage baiting. No. He's doing it. He's doing it again. No, I told you. He's very consistent. He is so consistent with the rage bait. Because it happens once a video. Maybe in the beginning, you know, with the cliffhanger stuff, I don't really consider this a cliffhanger. But I have noticed he always, because like, if he truly was stupid, he would be making blunders throughout the entire video. He tactically sneaks in the rage bait at least once per video. No. This is masterful rage baiting. Exactly. We already have confirmed that Jinwoo is the 10th S rank. And we know that Hain was the 9th S rank. If anything, you could imply that he may be the 11th S rank. If he's even S rank. I don't know. But... Nah. He's rage baiting, bro.
Called Lee Min-sung, who seemingly may actually be confirmed as the 10th S-ranker. The title for episode 19 is the 10th S-rank hunter. 10 out of 10 episode. Absolutely
rage baiting. Don't believe it.
Spectacular. I'm hyped for next week's episode, but tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of the episode? Did you like it or did you hate it?
I loved it. That episode gave me chills, man. One of those episodes that you just kind of think about it again and kind of like save it maybe and you just kind of rewatch it, man. The entire episode was a fucking highlight reel. So many different moments of everybody pretty much getting involved and having their own moments to shine. God, I don't even know what my favorite moment could be. Like, straight up, that one that tank scene, man, the iron into Ignis into tank scene, that shit was so fucking sick. But Jinwoo also going all out was really, really hyped too. Maybe even like the beginning where, you know, he saves Ki-hoon and then says, come on, you need my help? And then he's, you know, and then the shadows come out. That shit was so stupid hype. And the best part, people are going to comment stuff like this saying, this isn't even the real solo leveling. You know, like in ReZero, where every time something significant happens, people are like, oh, this is just a prologue. The real ReZero starts here. People probably gonna say that shit about solo leveling too. Oh, you think this was hype? The real solo leveling starts after Jeju Island. Shut the fuck up. Please go check out a Boy Dude Reviews video. Give the video a like if you did. Check out the rest of his channel if you want. There's a link. I'll see you guys next time.